My name is Sarah, but I go by Sally Toivonen, and ARCH became a miracle place for my family, especially my husband Allan, in the later part of June and beginning of July of this past summer. Back in March of last year, unfortunately, he was diagnosed with cancer. It was mesothelioma. A wonderful, wonderful man. I was fortunate to be married to him for 27 years. He's also not only my husband, but a wonderful father to my two children, Anya and Johannes. He was a singer with Northland Chorus Barbershop. And one of the nice things about ARCH is they try to make all of those last few days as important as they possibly can. And the Northland Chorus came and they sang for Allan. They sang his best selection of songs that he sang. He was with them for 20 years. It was probably the hardest concert the men ever did. But there was my Allan in the chair, in the bed that they wheeled outside, and he was singing along with his beloved fellow brothers from Northland Chorus. It was an experience that we'll never forget. He also was a lover of ice cream. So every now and then, the staff would come and he'd have a great big bowl of ice cream with all the trimmings, whatever he wanted. They make sure that your wishes are fulfilled in whatever capacity they can. And having ice cream in Northland Chorus made Allan very, very happy indeed. The biggest feeling that I had was it was a beautiful summer day, and as the ambulance pulled in and I was holding on to my beloved Allan, I said, "Oh honey, you're gonna love this. There's flowers everywhere." And he loves the outdoors and he loved nature. And it was just like an air of breath came over us and our family. Because we were out of the hospital environment and we were in a very peaceful setting. We have a very good medical community. We have the expertise of many doctors and physicians. We just have our brand new hospital that was built. However, when you go into palliative and end of life, a family needs to have serenity and peace for that closure. Sometimes in a hospital environment, it's so sterile and it loses that. Meanwhile, you still have to spend those precious moments with your loved one, and you want to do everything you can for them for their last remaining breaths on earth. ARCH is important to our community because they have the facility to provide that, and the expertise and the staff. The building's beautiful. Not only did he have his own private room, which we were also all able to stay. They had a beautiful kitchen, just like your home kitchen in your own house, with a wonderful chef, Eric, and he made sure that we were all eating properly and being taken care of while we were going through what we needed to go through with my husband. Very big family living room with a huge fireplace and comfortable seating, so all the brothers were able to talk and share stories of growing up with their older brother, and it was just like being in a family home. But they really took the time to get to know you, your loved one, and your family individually. You mattered to them, and it was such a welcoming thing to have when you're in such a turmoil. Even though your loved one passes, ARCH doesn't close the door and say, "Well, thank you very much for being here," and lead you out. No, you are a connection. You are part of that family of ARCH. You walk in not knowing anybody, and you walk out with a really good group of friends and people who care about you. It matters so much to any individual in the community because for our experience, no one knows. No one has any indication of what can happen. Your life can change on a dime, which it did for us. Having my husband spend his final days in a peaceful place with all of that, surrounding of beauty, nature, his family, his love, it took away the horrible sting and the ugliness of death. Even the day, on July 3rd, when he passed, I had a sense of calmness because I knew we gave him the best experience possible being at ARCH. He was happy that we were all there at ARCH because for the first time he saw us actually eating a meal, and he saw us kind of resting and relaxing and actually laughing, which he didn't get to see when we were so tense in the hospital environment. And he said, "I'm really glad that ARCH is here for you guys too." And that's what made him happy. Nobody wants to be in this position, but to have it, it was a wonderful way for our family to have closure. But more importantly, it was the best thing for Allan.